Hi there, I'm Bela Lugosi, and this is the Apatros review. Now once again I apologize for taking quite a while to post this video, but I found out that the illness I had over the past week or so, which my mother and sister also had, was COVID. Yeah, Omicron strain. Moronic hit us like a truck. I'm feeling better now, and I've used my downtime to pretty much fix up my collection a little bit and also download some games. And there was one game that came out recently I'll make another video. I mean, in my next video I'll have a little announcement about that, so keep an eye out for that. And yeah, anyway, I'm feeling better now. And of course, the next bunch of reviews will be also about like sci-fi invasion films. Like that Mill Creek box set from Sci-Fi Invasion. I'm going to be reviewing quite a few films from that. Not all of them immediately, but do some of those. And then things will get back to normal. I try and get things. I try and make my episodes a little bit more often this time, but we'll see how that goes. Anyway, now in this episode, this is actually the last of a series of reviews where we revisit the Monogram 9, that infamous series of ultra-cheap Poverty Row horror fillers, and a couple of comedies thrown as well, that Bela Lugosi did as a 9-picture deal with Monogram, cheapest of Poverty Row studios in the 1940s, after producer Sam Katzman signed them on following the 1939 Edgar Wallace adaptation of Dark Eyes of London, which was not a Monogram film technically, it was just Monogram did the American distribution of that film. It was a British film. Now these films ran from 1941 to 1944. I've decided to review these films each separately, as it is easier for fans to look up these films, and also to go a little bit more in depth on each film. So let's start, shall we? Now this film I'm reviewing is the last one in the series, technically speaking. It's called Voodoo Man. And this was directed by William Bodine. Yes, one shot. So it's actually the third film he directed in the Monogram 9. Now it was written by Robert Charles and produced by Jack Dietz and Sam Katzman. And it stars Bela Lugosi, John Carradine, George Zucco, Wanda McKay, Louise Curry, Todd Andrews, Ellen Hall, Terry Walker, and John Ince. Anyway, now the film premiered in the United States on the 21st of February 1944. Now, there seems to be some confusion some people out there might have over the correct order of the Monogram 9. The problem is that while Voodoo Man was the very last film to be produced, it was actually released before the previous film Return to Eggman, because Return to Eggman had itself delayed in release. So due to that, I consider Voodoo Man to be the true last film of Monogram 9. Anywho. In Voodoo Man, a writer for an old cheaper film studio is on a honeymoon, he just got married, when he is told to write a script because his producer needs one in a pinch. Just so happens to be the case that his new sister-in-law has gone missing. Along with his new bride, he investigates her disappearance. Turns out that wifey's sister has been one of a number of women kidnapped by a witch doctor, thanks to a minion in the local servo who uses a hidden telephone to contact him whenever a suitable candidate shows up, hidden road, and a prototype EMP projector to basically knock out their cars, who is dabbling in voodoo so he can resurrect his technically still living but brain-dead wife. Using the abducted women as sacrifices in a Voodoo ritual to transfer the life force into his wife's body. The scriptwriter and his wife soon find themselves caught up right in the middle of the voodoo operation. Now this isn't a particularly good film, but at least it's watchable to a certain extent. Sorry. It's also the only film in the Monogram 9 that actually has a supernatural element to it. All the previous films had either pseudoscientific elements or simple spook house parlor tricks. Regardless of whether or not you believe that voodoo is a valid religious belief, the application of it here does have distinctive supernatural vibes. I'm not qualified to ascertain that whether the voodoo here is accurate or not, but at least the ritual depicted here is interesting to look at. The self-threatening rope is a nice touch. As for acting, the cast make a good deal of effort with their performances. Not great, but at least you can follow the story well enough, and the actors don't make any serious goofs to note here. Of course, Bela Lugosi is the best performer here, which is to be expected given his dedication to the material no matter how hooky he gets. And his goatee helps him give him a formidable presence. He's got some very nice, sharp goatee. Like the Ape Man before, this film also has a metafictional character in the hero being a scriptwriter, using the events here to help him write a script. The final image of him, delivering the script and telling his producer to get Bela Lugosi starred in it, it's right up his alley. It was a clever touch. It's certainly better than the metafictional character in the Ape Man. So Voodoo Man is in the middle of the Monogram 9 rankings with a C, 4 out of 10, making an average film at best. Not a particularly good film, but at least you can get some decent use out of this one. And and at least the Monogram 9 pretty much ends on a relatively neutral note instead of a bad one like a Return of the Ape Man. There's no gore or nudity in this film. Now, like the rest of the Monogram 9, Voodoo Man has been in the public domain for decades. You can find it on all VHS tapes, cheap public domain operated level DVDs, into the movie download sites, some of which like to slip you a little malware on sites, so be careful with those, and of course on YouTube, so look it up. Okay, that's it for that one, for the Monogram 9 Revisited. This is the last one. And after this I'm going to do like a special episode, and also for the rest of August I'm going to try and get as many reviews as I can. I want to at least get up to like 75 or 100 reviews this year. Okay. Hope you guys enjoy that. I'm feeling better now anyway. So I'm kind of recovered from the COVID. And if you have any questions about films or DVDs in general, just hit me up in the comment section. I'll be happy to answer. Okay. Hope you guys stay safe, take it easy, and that's it for this review. See ya.